What's up, everybody? I am answering one of the biggest questions I get on this channel, and that is, what's the difference between Profi, Golden Harvest, and Xeno Pixel? I'll also touch base on SN4, the SN Pixel. It's just another version of Xeno Pixel. And I've also been asked, what is the difference between Neopixel and Profi? And what's better? So let's get to it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John. So yes, we are looking at the biggest question on this channel: Profi, Golden Harvest, Xeno Pixel, SN Pixel, Neopixel. What do I go with? Now, the first thing I want to address is the differences between Neopixel, Profi, Neopixel, and Xeno Pixel, stuff like that. So here's the deal with that. There is no difference between Neopixel and Profi and Xeno and stuff like that. Neopixel is referring to the blade itself and nothing more. So we have two styles of blades. We have what's called a baselit, which is completely hollow inside. There is no technology, no lighting system, and it is lit only from a baselit lightsaber, such as this. Now inside here, you'll see that there is an LED, which is pretty darn bright, and this will be the sole lighting source for that baselit blade. Again, no LEDs, nothing in here. It is just lit from the saber emitter itself right here from this LED. And that's it. So that is a baselit. You can see it's pretty darn bright. But you will not have any sort of pixels in here. So you can see I could take this right out. You know, you can see it lit, not lit, lit, all right? So that is the only difference between this and the actual pixel blade. Think of a baselit as a really bright, fancy flashlight. So now moving over to Neopixel. Neopixel does not refer to any lightsaber particular, not Profi, Golden Harvest, Xenopixel. Neopixel is the blade. So you'll have a PCB connector here, and inside you can pull this out here. You'll have a layer of diffusion, which is wrapped over 2 layers of LED strips. Now these are known as pixels. You've seen them in Christmas decorations. Now if you've ever watched that Christmas show, what is it called? Christmas Light Fight or something like that, where all of these homes compete in the decorating of their houses, and you'll hear the word pixel, 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 pixel. So that is what a Neopixel lightsaber is. It is just referring to the pixel blade itself. So let's put the Neopixel blade down and start addressing the first of the lightsabers, which we'll get into Profi. So the biggest difference with Profi is that, yes, it is probably one of the best boards out there. The smooth swing, accent swings, the sounds, the ability to be able to completely customize and build your own blades. It's an open source board, so you can get other blades that other people design and load them on in there. Here's the problem. You have to understand how to code a Profi board. So you'll be using programs like FET263, Arduino to be able to load all of this stuff and check the code. Now, I have literally watched people program Profi for hours and hours on end. If you are a human being like me with absolutely zero patience, Profi might not be the direction for you. Now here on the Profi, you'll see that you have the little port. This is connected to the board itself, the Profi, and you'll have to have a data cable that will go from here to your computer, and then you'll be able to run the programs that you'll need for Profi to be able to design your own blades or upload other people's blades and sound fonts and everything. So you'll be able to code it and upload everything through the little data port over here. Now Profi is a bit more expensive than the other boards because it is more of a top of the line. It is an open source board, so people can get in there, design their own stuff, alter the code, whatever it is that you want to do. Now, if that is not for you, but you just want the best board out there and you're okay with whatever's loaded in, blades and sound fonts and whatever, then I do recommend going with Profi. The smooth swing and accent swings alone on this thing are beautiful, and it's a lot of fun. The only problem is whatever's loaded in is what's loaded in. You can't alter anything unless you get into the programs and start changing blade styles and everything. The one thing that you can alter in Profi right here on the hilt is the color. So let me show you a few things that are installed here on the Profi. We have gesture controls on and off. We've got Beautiful smooth swing, accent swings. We've got the typical flash on clash. We've got lock up, all that beautiful stuff. Now what you can do is at least change the color of whatever blade style you have here. So you have this, you can just get in there and kind of scroll through and at least change any color that you want for the font. And then of course we have gesture control off. Now that is Profi pretty much in a nutshell. If you really want to dig into Profi, because the board is absolutely beautiful, and if you learn how to do this stuff, it is the top board you can get and you can have a lot of fun with it. I personally don't have the patience for something like that, but if you do, check out my friend Sam over at Absolute Sabers. I'll actually put a link for him down in the description below. He actually has walkthroughs to install sound fonts and stuff like that and walks you through a little bit of the programs. So I will put a link to him down below, so if you're interested, you can learn a little bit more about Profi from him. Now, moving over to the Golden Harvest board. Now, Golden Harvest is my personal favorite board. You can alter virtually every setting in there. You can design your own blade styles in there. You know, with what they have here, you can change a whole bunch of the blade effects, how fast the blade comes out and retracts. It's absolutely wonderful. They have a whole saber editing menu. No extra hardware, no extra software, no apps on your phone, nothing. All in the hilt. And that for me is what makes Golden Harvest, for my personal use, the best of all of them. Now the one thing you'll see that mostly every saber now has in common are the gesture controls on and off. Twist on, twist off, just like the Profi. We've got multiple sound fonts, we've got blaster block effects, we've got flash on clash, we've got a beautiful smooth swing, we've got some accent swings in there. We can also change the colors. I just lowered the exposure for this next part because we can pretty much design our own blade styles. So you just, so now we got flicker. We got a few different flickering effects. This is a very slow pulse, a little bit faster. Might actually be able to see some of this better over here. You know, just changing the effects and everything is just as easy as turning. So wave and just those beginning pulsing ones are my favorites. So there are so many options. I'll just zip through this really quick. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what you can do with the GH-V3. Now you also have a saber editor mode, which you can basically adjust everything in this saber. So you're just gonna twist it.
Saber editor. Select mode. Color profile. Pixel number.
This is all the stuff. So pixel number, I have a shorter blade on here. So let me show you this really quick. See this little dot? If you have, I think this is a 28-inch blade, right? So if you have a 32-inch blade, see this? If you have a little dagger-sized blade, you just basically want to put this light here at the very tip of whatever length blade. Usually I just do like one notch past, and I set that in. That way, the animations and the blade is correct for everything that is happening in here. So if you have a 32-inch blade or a 36-inch blade, you're gonna wanna tell the hilt how long the blade is so that everything is correct. So you have so many things. So I'm just gonna flip through this just so you can hear what other things are in this menu.
Retraction type. Ignition speed.
Ignition speed is just how fast the blade's gonna come out,
Retraction speed.
how fast the blade's gonna go in, all of this stuff. Gesture controls on and off.
Effect font slot.
Don't touch that.
Save and leave saber editor.
And inside each one of those menus that you just heard are sub-menus to be able to configure. So now I have a full walkthrough of the GHV3, and I'll link that down below and at the end of the video, so you can really get more of an understanding of the menu system in the GHV3. Now, usually this is just a few bucks cheaper than the Profi, but the ability to add sound fonts on this is super easy. You basically just drag and drop the folder over and number the folder.
Someone's garbage!
All right, so I do think that about wraps up the GHV3. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to ask. And next, let's talk about the new Xeno Pixel V3. This is brand new. So Xeno Pixel 3 now runs on an app. Now the app will control everything on this lightsaber. Now the app makes this Xeno 3 really cool, because normally, here's the button, you would have to flip through the button for sound fonts and ignitions and blade styles. Now the app has made that so much easier, because on the app you can now access everything: blasters, deflects, force pushes. You can play around with everything on your phone and test stuff out. Now you could also adjust the blade length. If you have a different blade length, such as a 28, a little dagger style, 32, 36, whatever it happens to be, you can now get in there and quickly adjust the blade for the hilt, so that the hilt exactly knows how long the blade is, so it can adjust all the effects and everything that happen in it. You can quickly scroll through sound fonts, blade styles and effects, different lighting effects here, ignitions. It also does have accent swings just like the GHV3 and Profi. Now I want you to keep in mind that as of filming this video, we are still on version 1 of the app and they are still developing it. So we have had a few dropouts and disconnections, but for the most part, I haven't really had many problems with it. I've only had one issue of the app disconnecting a few times, but then I reboot my phone and everything was perfect. So again, it is in development, but it is out there and you can use it, and it works fantastic. And it really makes the experience of the Xeno Pixel so much better than the V2 version. Now you can also do the majority of those settings from the app on the hilt itself, but you're back to counting. 1 second for the volume, 1-2 seconds for the ignition, 1-2 seconds for blade, stuff like that. It's a very slow process, and if you miss something, you gotta wait for the cycle to get around to it again. Now the addition of the accent swings and the app and the possibility of where this technology is now going makes the Xeno V3 probably the best bang for the dollar. So that, I feel, is about it. I hope that helped explain what the differences are between the Xeno Pixel, the Golden Harvest, and Profi. Now again, they are all fantastic boards, and I'll be honest with you, you will not get a quality difference in the hilt itself. They're just the chips inside. So if you bought a Luke, if you got this Luke in Profi or this Luke in an SN4, which we will address in a second, it will be the exact same quality of hilt. Now the last thing that I want to address here is the introduction of the new SN Pixel, the SN4. Now, one of the questions have been, why are some things available in SN Pixel and others are available in Xeno Pixel? The answer is that SN comes from a company called TXQ, and Xeno Pixel is offered from a company called Nexus or LGT. But both of those companies will also offer those sabers out in either Profi or Golden Harvest. Now we'll take just a quick look at the SN4 because it's pretty much exactly what a Xeno Pixel is. It's got the same style of blade ignitions and styles and sound effects, smooth swing, flash on clash. So we've got all the flash on clash, we've got blade lockups, blade melts, all that kind of stuff. We've got different style ignitions. Now these are all pretty much the same exact styles that come with the Xeno Pixel. So the only real big difference is that they're made from two different companies. Now a really cool trick that the SN4 does, it will natively read Profi files for sound fonts. It's as simple as drag and drop. Let's see.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
There it is. So you pretty much have all the same exact abilities in the SN4 as the Xeno Pixel. I was told that the SN4 was originally supposed to have accent swings, but I have yet to hear them. So I don't know if that's supposed to be coming down in an update. It also has an app, which is on Android right now. I have not gotten a chance to use it on Apple because it's supposed to be out this month as of filming this video in May. So hopefully that will be out soon. So just to sum it up, these are the ones that everybody has been asking me about in order of the cheaper version to the highest version. This is the SN Pixel. This is the Xeno V3. This is my personal favorite, which is the GH V3. And this is the highest end board that you can get, which is the Profi. Now again, keep in mind that the Profi here will take knowledge and learning of coding. The GH V3 here, you can do all of the programming and designing very, very simply on the hilt itself. Very easy to also add new sound fonts. The Xeno V3, also very easy to add sound fonts to, and is probably the best bang for the dollar, and also has a mobile app. And last but not least is the SN4, the SN Pixel, which also does have a mobile app and also very easy to add sound fonts. All right, my friends, that is about it. I'm sorry it took me so long to actually make a video like this. I hope you were able to follow along with it. I know it could be very confusing. I hope I did a decent job at least explaining what some of the differences are. What is the best bang for the dollar? I understand how confusing it can be, because as of January 2022, I was brand new into collecting lightsabers. The ones that I had were from Hasbro from like 10 years ago. I mostly collected Hot Toys, and I did have a few older lightsabers from Hasbro from like 10 years ago. That is about it. If you have any questions, please jump down in the comments and let me know. And while you're down there, hit that like, subscribe, and the notification button for upcoming videos. May the Force be with you on your decision on buying your lightsaber. I will see you all on the next video. Be safe and kind out there in the world. See ya.